My name is Arman Munfared. I'm in the class of 2017. I'm in 10th grade, and today I'm going to be talking about the search for one's cultural identity in diaspora. So let me start off by explaining what the word diaspora means. Basically, it's a situation in which a group of people are displaced from their native soil, whether it be for political, social, or economic reasons. An example would be the Chinese diaspora, the Iranian diaspora, the Armenian diaspora, and the Cuban diaspora. I'm a member of the Iranian diaspora, and my relatives came here for the most part in 1979, settled in Southern California. And growing up, I live in Westwood. I grew up around a lot of Persians. They call it Tarantulas as a joke, and it wasn't something I really cared about that much. I might say, oh, you're Persian, I'm Persian too, that's cool. Or, I'd go to family events, gatherings, and, I might say a few words in, Farsi. But I never really explored my Iranian culture that much. That wasn't until I think I was about 10 years old. And I was Wikipedia surfing one day, as I usually do, and I found this cool Persian king, and if you've done ancient and medieval history, you'll know the king's name. His name is Cyrus, and he was the first great Iranian king. I mean, greatest empire the world had ever seen, he did that. First Declaration of Human Rights, he did that. This is an image of the Cyrus cylinder. First Declaration of Human Rights, it's a very big thing. I had an opportunity to see this at the Getty Villa last year. I really soaked in the culture. I soaked in the poets, the epic poetry, Hafez, Saadi, Khayyam, Ferdowsi, and it was a big thing for me. I'd tell my mom every day, oh, I learned about this new person, and she'd smile because, she was happy for me. And I really got, filled with this sense of pride for my Persian roots. Iran's victories became my victories, her defeats became my defeats. It was very personal to me. And then one day, as many Iranians do, I asked my mom, well, can we go back to Iran? Can we visit? And this is where I realized my situation, that as much as I had, embraced my culture, I was now stuck with this kind of gulf. And I realized this very bitter moment that there is a real pain, a physical and spiritual separation that occurs in diaspora. And, I thought it was bad for me. I was very upset about it. But then I considered for a second my parents. I mean, they grew up surrounded by the sights, the sounds, the smells, and the soul of Iran. And there was this great gulf that had emerged. They had been cast out of the home that they loved, that they had grown up in. And, today when I look at Iran and I see the people suffering under authoritarian dictatorship, I feel the pain, And there was this weird moment this week. Recently, Iranian warships have surrounded Yemen. And, on one part, as being an American, which I am proud to be, I was scared by this. But at the same time, being an Iranian, I was proud of the military might, and there's this great dichotomy that exists between my diverse cultural identity. I'm also a Baha'i. I'm an Iranian Baha'i, and that's primarily the reason why we were cast out. This is my grandfather, Hossein Munfared. He had a death warrant put on his head, as does my father. And this is him during the Iranian hostage crisis, meeting with a senator, I think at a Holiday Inn, and just having a discussion, trying to embrace this new culture that he has to confront. My family takes solace in the art, the cuisine, and the great history of our country to fill this void from our precious Iran. And I've learned to live with this, and I am proud to say that not this summer, but the summer afterwards, I will be going to Iran for a one-month trip in which I will visit some of my relatives and visit the land that I've grown to love and I've embraced. Now, the point I want to make is this. We all have a diverse cultural identity. It may not be clear at first, and especially in a multicultural global age that we live in today, when, especially in America, being a nation of immigrants, we do not always have a place that we can point to. I know that I'm from Iran. I know that my grandfather, his father, and his father before him were from Iran. So I have that ability, but for many people in America, it's difficult. Last names have changed, recipes have been forgotten, and songs are no longer sung. And I think it's a real tragedy. And I think, for me, discovering this great past, it has been a joy and a gift. And I think if I can make this one plea, is that you take the time to look inside yourselves, to really take some effort and look into your past. Look at your grandfather or cousin or uncle, and try to find that unique cultural identity that is within you and can provide you with such happiness and with such pride. And I thank you for listening to my talk today, and thank you.